My name's Chas Bruns. I'm just a goofy guy who loves to travel, and just like you, I want to see as much of the world as I can. The only difference is I happen to be a filmmaker, and I bring my camera pretty much everywhere, which means you're going to get to find out some of the best places in the world to eat, some of the best people in the world to meet,
howdy, partner,
and where to go to have a damn good time. And the best part is, I'm gonna show you how to do it all dirt cheap. Toronto, a cold, mean city full of jerks. I kid. Yes, it is Canada's New York. But the rumors are true. Everyone here is nice. There's a lot of love in this city. But to enjoy it, first you gotta get there. Let me show you how.
So the cheapest way to get into downtown Toronto is the Up Express train. It's $12. We're gonna go take it right now.
I'm traveling with my friend Tim from Bangor, Maine. And the US dollar is worth $1.35 Canadian, so that $12 ride is really $8.90. We do all our shows in US dollars. Once we got into the city, we checked into our hostel, Planet Traveler. It's by far the cleanest and fanciest hostel I've ever been to. You can rent bikes, there's free popcorn in the kitchen, and they also have free breakfast. And sometimes in the summers, they even do free barbecues on the roof. The rates vary based on time of year. We spent $28 a person for a 6-person male dorm. Not only did they have lockers in the dorm, but they had outlets in the lockers, as well as outlets next to the bunks. And check this out, 2 blocks away there's a free skate park. I'm about to drop into the half pipe, but I'm a pro skater, so don't try this at home. Okay, this obviously isn't me. It's my buddy John.
Yeah, it's called Dundas. It's amazing. The ramp's great. I learned a lot of my tricks here, and yeah, great free place to come and skate. Come check me out on the half pipe. I'll do some tricks for you. All the tourists are welcome. Come skate. Have fun.
I could barely ollie. My 16-year-old self would be so embarrassed. The vibe at the skate park was pretty chill, but I was getting hungry. Time to head next door to Chef Jagger Gordon's Feed It Forward.
Soup Bar allows people to come here at a pay it forward, pay what you can system. Saying I can't afford a meal, can you give me one? I just allow them to take a chip, hand the chip over, and there's no questions asked. They get a free meal. I get artisanal bread delivered to me every day, 500 pounds of it, and I offer it to the public and to the community absolutely no charge, and pay what you can if you can. If you come to Toronto and you want to volunteer, we're always able to take you on and show you what's going on in Toronto and take you around. Have a great day, man. Thank you.
After hanging out with Chef Jagger, we walked a few blocks over to Kensington Market.
So when I woke up today, it was really cold, but now the sun's out. Just found this awesome sunglass hut here in the Kensington Market. $4. They're not name brand, but who cares about that anyway? You can't beat $4. I'm a happy camper.
So Kensington Market is kind of hipster, but don't let that get you down. It's a great time.
I was just walking around and came past Jonah playing guitar. He's a pretty awesome guy. Hung out for a minute, and he's told me to go check out Ronnie's down here, so I'm gonna go grab a beer. I guess that's the place everybody likes to go. Check it out.
Dash straight up ale from Collective Arts in Hamilton, Ontario. $4. Welcome to Ronnie's.
I love a good dive bar. Check out these taps.
My name is Anthony Sherdown. I'm a photographer. I came to Toronto for the week just to shoot street photos. I met this funny guy, Chas, walking down the street, and I came with him to get a beer here at Ronnie's. $4, can't beat it, pretty good.
Time for lunch at Kensington Pop-Up. If it's cold out, grab a seat indoors. If it's hot, head for the patio.
I grabbed some french fries and a beer for $6 total. Good deal. Kensington Pop-Up.
After lunch, I headed to the Royal Ontario Museum. And on the way there, I walked through the Queen's Park. Some much-needed exercise after those fries. If you're going to the Royal Ontario Museum, you might as well buy the City Pass. For $59, you'll get into the CN Tower, Casa Loma, Royal Ontario Museum, Ripley's Aquarium of Canada, the Toronto Zoo, or Ontario Science Centre. It'll save you 44% overall. But before we get to all that, check out the exhibits at the Royal Ontario Museum. It's pretty cool. Look at this friggin' rock, and a giant sea crab. I dig it here. They had a huge totem pole. No idea how they got it in there. And statues and statues and more statues. But they were pretty cool. I want to go check out the Egyptian stuff. Look at these hieroglyphics. Oh yeah. And I can't pass up the Greek and Roman stuff. Talented bastards. And I guess I'll close out the segment with Tyrannosaurus Rex. Can't get more badass than that. Now I'm heading to Hemingways to meet up with my friend Santiago.
So I wanted to bring Chas to Hemingways. It's a great after-work spot so you can come, have a drink, quick bite, and it's just a great spot to hang out and be with some friends.
I got their soup of the day for $4. Good way to end the day. The CN Tower, Toronto's most iconic landmark. The tip of the antenna reaches 1,815 feet 5 inches. Let's go to the top. The CN Tower is the 9th tallest freestanding structure in the world by pinnacle height. And admission is covered by the city pass I got yesterday, so it's free. And normally you can stand outside in the fenced-in area, but they said the wind was so high today that the tower was shifting back and forth 6 feet in either direction. I don't know if I believe them, but I didn't want to risk it anyway. And I thought the view through the glass was just fine. And if you really want a thrill, go stand on the glass floor. And I'm sure the glass is thick enough, but I always wonder about the guys that installed it. Were they tired that day? Hungover? Oh look, the aquarium. Luckily, that's where we're headed next. And yep, it's included in the city pass. Obviously, there's a ton to see here. But my personal favorite is the jellyfish tank. I don't smoke, nor do I endorse it under any circumstance, but this could be a pretty cool place to come if you were, well, you know, smiling a lot. The variety of life in the Earth's ocean is insane. I can't imagine what might exist on other planets. I just hope we can learn to preserve it here on Earth. I've seen this glass tunnel online a million times, but to be here in person was something else. I'd say it's the closest you're going to come to swimming with the sharks without actually swimming with the sharks. And don't forget to pet the horseshoe crabs. And the shrimps. For some reason they like to climb right into your hand. Maybe they're trying to escape. You can even pet a shark, or my favorite, the stingrays. They're either super friendly or they just have an itch they want scratched. Regardless, it was fun. But enough fish for the day, it's time to head to Casa Loma. We're hopping a streetcar and a bus to Casa Loma for $4.82. Toronto is huge, but don't worry, 90% of what we're doing is within a 5-mile radius of downtown. Casa Loma was built from 1911 till 1914. The Gothic Revival-style home was built by Sir Henry Mill Pellet. He made his millions in the stock market, but is known for bringing hydroelectric power to the city of Toronto. He died in 1939, but his palatial home continues on as a tourist attraction, and it's included in your city pass. For movie buffs out there, X-Men, Strange Brew, Chicago, The Tuxedo, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Warehouse 13, Twitches 2, and The Pacifier were all shot here. And no castle would be complete without some secret passageways. Well, I guess they're not really secret, they're more like the servants' quarters. Maybe it's haunted. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything suspicious. Just a lot of fancy marble bathrooms. Ooh, check out that shower. Nice view overlooking the gardens. And here's the view from one of the towers. I should have been a stockbroker. I could show you fancy rooms like this for the next hour, but there's like a million of them, so let's move on to lunch. I got a jumbo hot dog at the outdoor Casa Loma grill for $2.59. But if you're looking for something healthier, sushi's just 2 blocks away.
I figured I should get something healthy. Found sushi for $3. 6 pieces, $3.
And it was delicious. Now I'm taking the subway to Dundas Square. It's a lot like Times Square in Manhattan. It's free to walk around, there's a big shopping mall, and you can just people watch. Or cat watch. Or dog watch. Or catch a magic show. But I was getting hungry and Santiago had a place he wanted to show me. Patties Express, where he told me you can get a beef patty for $1.41 US. And some guy got in our way, so we beat the crap out of him. Just kidding, that was our friend Paul. But we roughed him up a little anyways. After chomping down on some beef patties, we hopped on the subway to head to a fashion event that Santiago was helping to put on. Doesn't Tim look so dapper? He's single, ladies. Get at it. This was a high-end fashion event with a bunch of movers and shakers. And I know what you're thinking. This isn't dirt cheap. But check this out. We've got a dirt cheap way for you to get in. Just Google events in Toronto, find one you like, and let them know you're willing to volunteer. You might have to carry some drinks or bus a table, but your foot's in the door. I just found truffle mac and cheese. Truffle mac and cheese. I'm in heaven. And all I had to do was offer to shoot the event for free.
Yeah, so we're having the most awesome time ever. I mean, the CN Tower is right there. And
the acrobatics, though.
I mean, people are doing crazy behind us. How is this, like, not a good time?
No way I could do that. She definitely impressed me. Speaking of impressing people, I tried to flirt with some models, but they were having none of it. But at least I tried, and stared awkwardly from a distance. I'm a creep. But in my defense, it was a high-fashion event on top of a rooftop bar in Toronto. The competition from millionaire playboys was steep, but you know, it was still a good time, and it was free. And you can't beat free. I even got to do a photo shoot with professional model Alua Dane. It's a good thing she was there, because I had no idea what I was doing. But at least she made me feel important for the 30 seconds I got to sit with her. Fun times. At this point, there was nothing left to do but dance, so dance we did. It was a great end to a great day. Now it's time for some Toronto facts. Greater Toronto area is 6.41 million, and half of them are foreign born, making it the most ethnically diverse city in Canada, and is claimed to be the safest metropolitan area in North America. We're starting the morning off with an Uber ride to the St. Lawrence Market. Our driver Michael also happens to be a portrait artist. Check out his work at michaelesolomon.com. The Uber ride costs $6. Seems like a cool part of town. Let's go take a look at this market. It's mostly food here, but they've got a little bit of everything. What's this? Free samples? Count me in. They had a bunch of little dried out garlic pieces. They were great.
This is dry garlic, very healthy snack. So you better try, my friend. This is the best for your health.
$5 for a quarter pound. Although I'm pretty sure he gave me more than a quarter pound. I'm going in search of more free samples. There's got to be some wine around here.
All Niagara grapes, free sample, Cabernet. So I decided the red wine wasn't enough. I needed some Chardonnay next.
Like all good wine connoisseurs, you gotta smell it and swish it around your mouth and all that stuff.
I know nothing about wine, but it's delicious.
Olives, oysters, mussels, prosciutto. There's something for everybody here. And Tim says I've got to show a vegan option in this episode, so here we go.
We're at Cruda Café. It's one of my favorite places in Toronto. It's raw, it's vegan. I'm really big into clean eating, and so this is one of the best places I know. It's in St. Lawrence Market on the bottom floor. I've ordered 2 sushi burritos for Chas and I, so come check it out if you're in Toronto.
So normally, this burrito is a little more expensive, but today it's on special for $6, and it's friggin' great.
So I'm at St. Lawrence Market today. I'm from Austin, Texas. We don't get much seafood down there, so tried out some amazing lobster rolls upstairs, and now I'm just kind of exploring. If you're considering visiting Toronto, this is an awesome place to find some great food at good prices.
After breakfast, we walked over to the Distillery District. Founded in 1832 by Gutterham and Worts, they were once one of the largest whiskey distilleries in the world. But since the late 90s, it's been redeveloped into apartments, restaurants, and art galleries. It's also been home to over 800 film shoots. Hence the Segway tours. But screw Segways, the Spirit of York Distillery has their grand opening tomorrow. Let's go get a sneak peek. That's right, we got a private tour of the facility before they even open. Look at all these fancy spices. I like it here. They even let you play with their ingredients. And believe it or not, they actually distill on site, which is rare these days. Most companies choose to get cheap labor and cheap rent somewhere else. I love it when distilleries use lavender. So good. Time to try it. $7.44 US gets you a shot of their vodka and their gin.
It's actually really cool. Let me stand up for video image.
I'd love to hang out here all day, but it's time for lunch. I'm feeling like Mexican. We're heading across the street to El Catrin. It's a little pricey here, but all the food in the Distillery District kinda is. You're paying for the ambiance. Look at this place. It's insane. But you don't have to spend $1 million. We're getting the cheapest item on the menu. Chips and tableside guacamole for $10. And for a little extra, they'll put crickets in it for you. We're gonna try it.
I've never had crickets in my guacamole, so I'm gonna give it a go here. Good. salty, crunchy crickets, who knew?
And what better way to wash down the dead body of an insect than with free beer? Time for a sampling at Mill Street Brew Pub. I don't normally like hoppy beer, but these were great. I've decided Tim needs his own show. He's great on camera. Look at that guy. How can you not love him?
Delicious. It has a certain flavor to it. It's really good. Tastes fresh like summer. Cheers, Fiona. Cheers!
After Mill Street, we walked around the distillery for a while, and then we transited over to Fa Orchid. I'm notorious for mispronouncing things, so I asked my waiter how to say it.
How is faux or fa?
Fa.
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 It's fa. You heard it here.
$5.89 US. If you've got a cold or a congested sinus, this stuff will clear you out. Just make sure to add sriracha. Fa is one of my favorite broths on the planet, and if you like it spicy like me, head to this place. Open 24 hours. Tim and I are night owls, so we got pretty excited about it. It's a little pricier than the other place I showed you, but it's good. Tonight we're staying in a room with a view. Tim talked me into getting an Airbnb. If you're traveling with friends, it can actually be cheaper. We spent $37 a piece, and it's more or less like having your own high-end apartment. Not too shabby. Got a late start to the day, but that means I can have Mexican for breakfast. $1.50 is $1.11 US. Today we're taking the bus to get to High Park. It's a little rainy, but still beautiful. These guys wanted nothing to do with me. But then I ran into my swan friend from the Ireland episode. Apparently she was vacationing in Toronto. Swans are my favorite bird. They can be a little ornery sometimes, but that's because they know they're awesome. They won't take shit from anybody. She became much friendlier once I showed her the treats. Food is always the best way to a woman's heart. These guys must have been dudes. It started raining pretty hard, but SushiHWA wanted to see more of the park. So I got in a few more shots before we had to leave. I love these kind of trees. Awesome branches. We took the bus back into town. Luckily, the sun came out. Ironically enough, we were heading inside the Allen's Garden Conservatory.
We just went into the conservatory and it was a really beautiful place. They have hydrangeas everywhere and orchids, and we took lots of pictures in there, and it was really cool because it was all free. And they have really cute turtles in there, so I definitely recommend checking it out.
This 16,000 square foot greenhouse was built in 1858 and is one of Toronto's oldest parks. Oscar Wilde once lectured here back in 1882. And I can see why. Not a bad place to spend an afternoon. Special thanks to Tim Lowe for suggesting we come. Now we're going to go walk through Cabbagetown and check out the Riverdale Farm. And you heard correctly, it's a farm in the middle of a city. And it's free. From 1888 to 1974, it was a site of the Riverdale Zoo. But the zoo has since moved, and now it's just a farm. And it really is right in the city. These cows are making me think of cheese, which is making me hungry. Let's go eat lunch. I was feeling like something French, so we walked over to Crepe It Up. I got a caramel crepe for $4.45.
Let's learn French together. Teach each other the language of love.
What a sexy looking crepe.
We'll be sipping on our champagne while we're counting the stars above.
Damn good. Really good.
Don't worry, if you don't have a sweet tooth, Not Just Noodles has you covered. Free samples. But I'm going inside for more, because I'm a gluttonous bastard. Got an egg roll and dim sum for $4.45. I thought it was great, but Tim was getting mad at me because I've really ruined his Tom Brady diet. I'm sure I'll get over it. Now we're going to walk around the University of Toronto, just because it's free. But we can't lollygag here because we're heading over to the Art Gallery of Ontario. Free on Wednesdays. I got to see a Rembrandt, a Monet, and a Bernini. I know some of you are saying, boring, so that's why I'm taking you to a baseball game.
Yeah, so if you're in Toronto and you want to check out a Jays game, I highly recommend it. You can typically get in for, well, during like the week, under $5 if you're lucky, so I highly recommend it.
Want to go see some baseball?
Absolutely.
Not only do they let you bring your own food in, but Tim got our tickets on SeatGeek.com for $1. You heard right, $1 tickets. Of course they've got food here, but we decided to spend a few bucks at the grocery store before we came to save money. Today we're taking an Uber to the beach. Woodbine Beach is about 6 miles away from the hostel, but before we get our beach on, let's get some grub.
Santiago's taking us to Woodbine Beach today, and we're just stopping here at the Salty Dog to grab a Caesar, the Canadian version of a Bloody Mary, $5.
Yep, I had Bloody Mary and fries for breakfast. Judge away, I don't care. As we walked to the beach, we stopped to get some free samples from David's Tea. I'm not even much of a tea guy, but I thought it was great. Now on to the beach.
Beach is a pretty cool place to be if you like being free.
Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. I like to come and watch all the dogs. It's my favorite part. There's like 10 out of 10 chance you're going to see a great happy puppy, and that's my favorite thing. Yeah, it's beautiful, and it's so close to Queen, so you can like bring your lunch down and just hang out, and yeah, it's beautiful. I love it.
There you go.
All of this is just a few miles from the heart of downtown Toronto. But if you don't want to pay for the Uber, there's another option. Check this out. The Toronto Waterfront.
Okay, so here we are in front of the lake. This is a really nice place where to spend, this your free time. You get a really nice view with the lake and the island.
Enjoy the CN Tower that's right in the front. And there's definitely like some cool spots like this one to just like lay a blanket and chill a bit.
But I can't chill on the beach. I got a boat to catch.
If you want a fun and inexpensive way to come see the Toronto Harbour, come on cruise with us. We'll take you into the harbour and into the islands.
I got my ticket for $14.82 US, and if you book online, you can save 20%. Pretty good deal to have Amanda cruise you around the harbor. Not only do you get great views of downtown, but they also take you out to the island. But there's not much to see right now because it's currently flooded. Sucks for the people that live out here, but at least they have their boats. If the water level goes up any higher, they're gonna need them. But aside from the flooding, looks like an awesome place to live, at least in the summer. You could work in the city during the day and drink by a campfire at night. But they told me I was out of luck because you gotta be a Canadian resident. Or you'd have to marry a Canadian. Wishful thinking. After the boat ride, I went to the grocery store for lunch. Tim Lowe's convinced me I need to eat healthier, so I'm taking his advice, at least for this meal. I love eating outside. Look, a black squirrel. After walking around the waterfront and shaming me for my unhealthy eating, Tim wanted to take me to his own guilty pleasure, Wilbur Mexicana.
We're at Wilbur Tacos, one of my favorite places here. It's on King Street West in Toronto. Below we've got the mushroom, the grilled avocado, and the belogi. Most of these cost only $3.50. Those are the vegetarian ones. If you want some meat, you add an extra $1. But no matter how many tacos you get, the chips always come free.
And with that, we threw the diet out the window. Time to drink. Let's bar hop.
I'm at Three Hands in Little Portugal, $5 Jameson's.
It's our last night in Toronto, and I want to show you as much of the city as I can, so we're going to a lot of neighborhoods. Right now, we're chilling in Koreatown. Who doesn't love fried dumplings and beer? Half a mile away is a furniture warehouse. They're a self-proclaimed premium dive bar. They've got great food, but we're here for the drinks. $4 beer. A mile down the road is Sneaky D's. $3 Jameson on special. 2 blocks away is Mullins. I mean, we can always do one more Irish whiskey, right? A mile down the road is the Dakota Tavern. They're known for having great live music. And they had beer on special for $3.71 US. And pretty much right around the corner is the late night spot, the Lakeview Restaurant. A great place to grab some grub and sober up. I got a bagel with peanut butter and jelly for $2.42. And just when I thought I couldn't possibly drink any more, my friend John told us to tram it over to meet him at Harry's.
Didn't really want to order a beer with a mic on my shirt.
John's an old college buddy of mine and a lifelong friend. So that's why I decided to ambush him. He had no idea I was going to film. He thought we were just meeting for a burger and beer. And since he lives in Toronto, I knew he'd pick a great spot.
The funny thing is, every other dad will tell you to put a burger on the grill. That's not the way to f***ing do it. You put it on a flat iron griddle where the fat doesn't drip and it builds up into the burger. As you can see over there, the fat can't escape. The important point about a great burger is consistency. Like an old grandpa that you look back on and respect that he's consistently mowing the lawn at the same exact way, the same exact time, in the same exact yard. These guys have perfected the diner bar burger. Yeah, that's all I got. It's good to see you.
And with that, we called it a night. You heard it from John. You want a good burger? Come to Harry's. They'll treat you right. Before you scoff at the price, remember, we ate 6 meals today and went to 8 bars. Today we're going to Niagara Falls with BG Tours. It's about an hour outside the city and costs $43.73 US. And it includes a free wine tasting. Make sure to check out their ice wine. It's a sweet white wine made from frozen grapes, and they're good at it. After the wine tasting, you can go shopping in Niagara-on-the-Lake, a small town about 20 miles away from the falls. Once you leave town, you can do a photo op at the power station, and then they take you to the Niagara Whirlpool. And here's a fun little fact. This is usually where the bodies end up if people jump off the falls. They can get sucked under and swirl around for days. Word of advice, don't jump over. 5th and final stop, Niagara Falls. And I gotta warn you, it's touristy as f***. And I swear I had no idea it was like this. I was gonna get lunch here, but kinda lost my appetite. But to be fair, I can see why they build this stuff. A lot of families come to Niagara Falls, and I'm sure the kids eat this up. But enough with all the capitalism. Let's check out the falls. 3,160 tons of water per second flows over these cliffs, and it falls at 32 feet per second. See that boat down there? We're going on it. And it's gonna be wet. Majestic, amazing, incredible. And remember, you can do this too. And hey, if you like my show, please hit like and subscribe on YouTube so that I can afford to keep making them.
I gotta get more, can't get much less. Just gotta have her, 5'5" in a red dress. Greenbacks stacked to the sky, not just enough to get by. I gotta get more, can't get much less. Just gotta have her, 5'5" in a red dress. Black suit, spats on my shoe. I need a lady to lose these blues. So I gotta get more, can't get much less. I gotta get more, can't get much less. Lord knows what I'm looking for. Short skirt, no dress to the floor. Can't cover up that. No more, no games, no more that.